Hi everyone! Today I would like to announce Tidewave for Next.js. So Tidewave is the coding agent for full stack web app development. So Tidewave in many ways is going to offer a similar experience to Bolt or V0, but with two important differences. The first one is that it works with your existing Cloud Code and OpenAI Codex subscriptions, but more importantly, Tidewave runs on your machine. So it can use your existing Git repositories, you don't have to push your code elsewhere, and it can work with all of your existing tools. Let's check it out. So after you install Tidewave and connect it to your application, you're going to have a screen like this, where you have the agent chat and you have your web application running side by side. And what I have here is that I have a brand new Next.js application, okay, and I asked Cloud Code, consider I'm using Cloud Code, to build a Trello clone. And it was able to do that, right? It's quite straightforward, so, we can rename the tasks, we can move them around. But there are a couple things in Tidewave that makes it special, right? So the first one is that because we're running in the browser, as the agent is building the feature, we can see that it's running tests in the browser to make sure that everything works as expected. And if anything goes wrong, it goes ahead and automatically fixes it. The second thing is that Tidewave offers what we call the deep web framework integration. So we try to understand everything that your framework is doing. We expose the logs, we expose open telemetry events to the agent. So you can see here that it's reading the logs whenever it wants to check if something went wrong. It can restart the app whenever it makes relevant changes to the files, and so on. So another example that I want to show you is, for example, the get docs. So whenever the agent needs to read documentation or you want to access documentation, we have a tool for doing exactly that. And the nice part is that it's not going to a separate service to get this information. No, the source code is already available on your machine. So when we ask it to get the documentation, it gets the documentation for the exact version in your project that is in disk. And finally, another neat feature I want to show you is the inspector. So we can use the Tidewave inspector, and at first it looks like the browser inspector, but it has one important difference, which is that when we mouse over the element, we not only know the HTML element, but we know the exact React component it comes from. So when you select something and you want to ask the agent to do a change, we pass the HTML information, but exactly where that thing came from disk, right? Exactly where it is in the file system. So whenever you ask the agent to do changes, it can do them more precisely and faster. Well, this is it for now. I hope you give it a try and see you next time.